Yo, what up, world? What up, world? What up, world? What's good? What's going on? What's going on? I'm back like I never left, man. I told you, man, you know what time it is, man. You know what time it is, man. It's football season. The season is here amongst us. You know what time it is. It's what we waited on. Hope your off season went well. Hope your team is doing okay, but we in week one. You know what time it is. You in tune to another episode of Sports Talk with Pops from an OG's perspective, and I'm your man Pops, man. And without further ado, we about to get into it. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna go with the NFL right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna run down week one, and I'm gonna let you know what's happening for this week coming up. Join in the comments. Hey, do me a favor, hit that like, comment, subscribe, and share button for me, man. Chime in with your boy. Appreciate all the love. Appreciate you for taking out the time to rock with your boy. Either which way, I'm here regardless. But either which way, week one. Started off the week this Thursday. Well, we had Dallas and Philly. And to be honest with you, it was a pretty good game. It was a better game than what I thought it was going to be. Dallas actually looked it pretty good. I ain't no big Dallas fan. I usually bash them, but I haven't been bashing them. Haven't really been bashing them lately. But I give credit where credit due. CeeDee Lamb, he had 7 receptions for 110 yards, but them 2 drops, man, they was crucial. And it was a division game. So, these games here come back and bite you in the end. If you don't know nothing about no football, bro, hey, them division games, them the ones that count. Them the ones you be trying to get on. But I was a pretty decent game. Dak, he ain't had but 188 yards. The little running back they got now, Williams, he had 2 touchdowns. But, overall they did good. Hurts, he got off. He had 2 touchdowns. Saquon got 1. So it was overall a pretty good game. I thought they was going to dog them, but they actually did pretty good. Hey, Friday, we had Kansas City versus the Chargers, and that was a division game too. And I thought, Kansas City was probably going to be running and gunning, but, Chargers ended up winning. The score was 21-27, and that was a division game. So this might come back and bite you. So, hey, look, ain't it something? First game, you got a couple of people out here with must-win games on the first game. Man, bro, this season's gonna be kind of rough. I said next we had Miami versus Indy. Indy won that game 33-8. Tua didn't look all that hotsy-totsy. We'll see what's going on. Next we had Pittsburgh versus the New York Jets. The Jets got Fields, so they looked it pretty good. It was a nice high-scoring game. A-Rod did pretty good. He was 20 for 30 for 244 yards and 4 touchdowns and no interceptions. So, hey, might be done find your last little spot to be at. And Metcalf got off a little bit. He was for four receptions for 83 yards. He did pretty good, but like A-Rod hit a couple different people. So hey, might just work out, bro. Hey, Slews D, it might just work out there, bro. But the score was 34-32. Pretty good game. Had Carolina versus Jacksonville. The score was Jacksonville beat them 26-10. Looked like Etienne, little running back, he got off. I got him on my fantasy, so I'm gonna try to see what's happening this week. Arizona versus New Orleans. Arizona beat them 20-13. You had the Giants, which was Giants versus Washington, which is a division game. Washington beat them 21-6. Hey, these division games, you got to win them. You had another division game, Tampa Bay versus Atlanta. Tampa Bay pulled it off, 23-20. Hey, got to win them division games. They got another division game, Cincinnati versus Cleveland. Barely scraped it, boy. Cincinnati, maybe this week, Chase, y'all do something, but not this week. But any which way, they beat them. They beat Cleveland 17-16 in a division game. Then you had the Raiders versus New England. Raiders beat them 20-13. We have a 49ers versus the Seahawks, which was a division game. We beat them 17-13. quarterback Purdy got banged up a little bit. Kittle's he out for 3 to 5 weeks already. You know, my thing is if you go get these injuries and this gonna be just about the only one, yeah, let me get this out the way now. But if it's gonna be this and then another one down the line, like, come on, man, you gotta tighten up. But injuries are something that you can't help. They're going to happen, and you just hope that it just be early and not during during the playoffs. That's when it's crucial right there. But Kittle's probably gonna be out. So that dude Tonjes, whoever he is, he did pretty good. You know, my quarterback, he a little banged up right now, but we do got Mac Jones on the back. So we'll see how it turns out. But my 49ers won that. Then we had Tennessee versus Denver. Denver beat them 20-12. Looking out for this Bo Nix cat. I'm trying to keep my eye on him to see what the big hype is. You had another division game. You had Detroit versus Green Bay. Green Bay ended up beating them 27-13. Hey, Detroit, boy, y'all been slipping these last couple of rounds. These division games, I'm telling you. You had Houston versus the Rams. The Rams beat them 14-9. And then you had the game of the night, which was Baltimore versus Buffalo, another division game. Man, that was a banger. Lamar was slinging, Josh Allen was slinging. Hey, guarantee. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you, well, I hated it because on my fantasy league, whoever I had, he had Josh Allen and came back and smoked me in the end. Had like 41 points off of Josh Allen. Like, come on, bro. Yeah, but that was a good one. That was a good division game. So, hey, this definitely gonna be one to watch right here because this division game is gonna come down to the wire. Well, it's gonna be rough. But that's all we had for the week right there, baby. We had Minnesota versus Chicago, and that was another division game on Monday night. Minnesota ended up beating 27-24. This little McCarthy dude looked like he ran a little bit, like he had 2 touchdowns. So I'm gonna keep my eye on them because a lot of these cats that's in there now was new. They kind of new to me. Ain't but a few little older heads in there that I know, but all these little new ones, I got to keep my eyes on them. But man, hey, that's the week 1 rundown for the week. As you've seen, it was pretty good. Then hopefully your team won. Hopefully they did. But this week, hey, the injuries is going to kill you. But let me tell you what we got going on for week 2. The man, we going to get up out of here, man. Again, thank y'all for y'all time. But here we go. It's Thursday coming up. We got Washington versus Green Bay. Should be pretty good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you my picks as I'm going along while I'm doing it. So, Washington and Green Bay, that's going to be a really, really good one. But I'm going to go with, they going to Green Bay, and Green Bay looked pretty good, but I'm going to go with Washington. You know what I'm saying? I'm picking Washington. You got the Giants versus Dallas. Dallas got 2 division games back to back. The Giants, I ain't really heard no noise about no rush or nothing like that. And like I said, Dallas, you ain't looking too bad. So I'm going to roll with Dallas this week on that one versus the Giants. So you got Washington versus Green Bay. You got the Giants versus Dallas. You got the Seahawks versus Pitt. I'm taking Pitt. You got the Rams versus Tennessee. I'm taking the Rams. You got the Bills versus the Jets. I think that's going to be a real high-scoring game. But I'm going to go with the Bills. New England versus Miami. And that first game, the Bills-Jets, that's a division game. New England-Miami is a division game. I think Tua will pull it off this week. You got Jacksonville-Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati will bounce back. You got 49ers versus New Orleans. You know, I'll never go against the grain. Niners nation to death over here. You got Cleveland versus Baltimore, another division game. Definitely going with Baltimore. Chicago versus Detroit. That's a division game. I'm going to take Detroit, but suspect they boy. I said you got Denver versus Indy. I'm going to take Denver on that one. We got Carolina versus Arizona. I'm gonna take Arizona on that one. And Philly versus KC, the rematch of the Super Bowl, baby. I'm going back with Philly because I know KC got something to prove, but I'm going back with Philly. You gonna have to show me. We got Atlanta versus Minnesota. Like the little kid McCarthy. I'm gonna go with Minnesota on that one. In Tampa Bay, I'm going Minnesota. Atlanta versus Minnesota, I'm going with go with Minnesota. Tampa Bay versus Houston, I'm going Tampa Bay. And Monday night, you got the Chargers versus the Raiders. I'm going with the Chargers. And that's a division game. Bing. So, man, there you have it. You got Washington versus Green Bay on Thursday night. You got Giants versus Dallas. You got the Seahawks versus Pitt. You got the Rams versus Tennessee. You got the Bills versus the Jets. You got New England versus Miami. You got Jacksonville versus Cincinnati. You got the 49ers versus New Orleans. You got Cleveland versus Baltimore. You got Chicago versus Detroit. You got Denver versus Indiana. You got Carolina versus Arizona. You got Philly versus KC. You got Atlanta versus Minnesota. You got Tampa Bay versus Houston. And on Monday night, you got the Chargers versus the Raiders. Man, let's get it, man. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Sports Talk with Pops, man. I wanted to just wrap that up because I knew I was going to have to get it on in. But, man, thank y'all. Hit that like, comment, subscribe, share button for me, man. And appreciate it, man. Y'all be safe out there. Love each and every one of y'all. Peace.